I would have shoved Travis Scott's stick up his arse. That was the most annoying part of the movie.
There was some pretty good performances, but I also think there were some really distracting performances, both just because of the casting, maybe because of the color of someone's skin, and also the actual performances.
Let's go to the supposedly wokest aspect of it from the beginning. That Ellen Page is playing a man. This trans-identifying guy is playing a man, and not just a man, but Achilles.
Okay, they do the thing with the black Helen of Troy. They do the thing with Elliot Page. Ellen Page is...
You mean Helen of Detroit?
Sure, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, there's no way they're going to tank it. And I've been going back and forth. All right, we've all seen the preview.
Come on, dude, that was a zinger. Come on. You didn't like Helen of Detroit? They put a black chick as the most... Come on, dude.
The Odyssey is officially out. Helen of Detroit has graced our big screens. Now, the libs are immediately saying, they got more hate than screen time because, Ellen Page got 5 minutes and Helen of Detroit, Helen of KFC, only got 3 minutes. So, technically, what was all the hate for?
For example, 1. Race swap fatigue. 2. Gender ideology fatigue. And 3. Zendaya fatigue.
I'm just like irritated by the critiques. All the critiques are like, this is not what Homer said. It's like, yeah, it's interpretive. Like, isn't that sort of the whole point?
The acting, pretty fucking phenomenal across the board. I saw some things saying that Matt Damon like was not a good fit, and like you watch the trailers and like kind of, no, he was a fucking great fit. Once you see the movie, he's a fucking beast. I love Matt Damon. Maybe it was like a weird fit for him to be this like fucking whatever warrior. No, it was a great fit. He was a beast. They were all, the acting was pretty phenomenal. Now, here's the part that you're here for. If you're a bigot, I'm sorry to let you down. This movie is not for you. It's not going to piss you off as much as you think or hope that it would. It didn't piss me off as much as I thought it would, and I made a video about this, about how like, oh wow, we just like pick black people because whatever, and you pick trans people because whatever. If you're a bigot, and I'm a bigot, right? You're not gonna scratch that itch watching the movie like, oh wow, let's see how far Christopher Nolan has fallen, and let's see how...
On a scale of 1 to 10, where does this movie lie? Somewhere for me between an 8.5 and a 9. It's really, really, really good. It's a terrific movie, and believe you me, I'm gonna get into all of the politics specifically regarding the casting and some of the sort of stones in the shoe, but overall, the movie is, Nolan's great at what he does. I mean, the movie is a masterpiece, it is. Now, it doesn't hew entirely to sort of the characterization of Odysseus in the Odyssey, if you're reading the Robert Fagle's version, for example.
I want to talk a little bit for a moment about the narrative around it, because, you know, we covered, and everybody online was covering that there was going to be all this wokeness in the movie, and the admittedly odd casting of Elliot Page, who was Ellen Page, beautiful young girl who Nolan had worked with in Inception, and she was in X-Men and a bunch of stuff. And then Lupita Nyong'o was in it, which was obviously miscast because the chances that back then, 3,000 plus years ago, although it is a fictitious story, that there would have been a black woman, there was all this stuff. And everybody, and what I said last week when we covered it was, you know what, I'm not gonna get pre-outraged. I was curious about some of the casting for sure. And as it comes to anything that comes out of Hollywood, I'm always worried about the wokeness stuff. But I was like, I just didn't want to prejudge it. I just want to say one quick thing about the movie. It was spectacular. It really, I tweeted it was a masterpiece. I tweeted it was an absolute masterpiece. The responses were psychotic.
I'm glad that, and it's just bitching like, that part didn't happen in the movie, and that part didn't happen in the movie, and in the book it was like that. It's like, well, this ain't the book! If you want to read the book, then read the book. This is an adaptation for film.
This is why the casting of Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy, one of the most iconically beautiful women in all of literature, hit a bit of a sore spot for a lot of people, and probably came at the worst possible time.
But in the meantime, critics of the film from the right are upset about woke casting and literary inaccuracies, and I think they are committing a gigantic self-own in the process. Now, I don't know what Christopher Nolan's politics are. I do know that the Odyssey had a blowout weekend at the box office, which was predictable. because it's a good movie and Christopher Nolan's an amazing filmmaker.
Clear. And just admit it. I mean, sometimes it really is, and I always encourage this, believe it or not, just admit you're a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just better to admit, I don't want to see your black ass in anything.
Mm-hmm.
I want to dictate what I see you in.
Right.
You know, because that's what it comes down to. Your whiteness feels threatened, and you either want others marginalized, or you don't want them there at all, or you want them how you want them.
Sure.
Which is usually in a way that's either lower, lesser, or demeaning.
Yeah, why can't this go back to being to where I felt comfortable that didn't have any of you in it?
Yeah. I either want to erase you or I want you to serve me.
Mm-hmm.
And just
it's okay for you to be here just as long as you're in your place.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And yet y'all would be the first ones to cry snowflake.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all can't stop crying about this dumb shit.
I liked it. I thought it was exciting. I thought it was visually stunning. Wine dark seas. Oh, but you missed that part. Everybody's an Odyssey expert all of a sudden, but you missed wine dark sea. Why isn't it colorful? Why isn't it colorful? Why is it so dull? Wine dark seas, nigger faggot. Checkmate. It says it right there in the book. They're supposed to be dark. I liked it. I thought it was good. And by the way, I don't even really care that much about the diversity, okay? But an Indian was in my movie. Okay, and like, so what, honestly? Yeah, would I prefer all the characters in the movie were white? Of course. I wish all the characters in real life were white. Okay? You can't always get everything that you want. All the characters in the movie weren't white. Okay, well, like, that's just how everything is now. Well, we should boycott the movie. The movie made $300 million. So you and like, we shouldn't pay for this movie. You and what army? The movie made $280 million.
If you thought people were not going to go see the Odyssey because, like you, they were very, very mad that Lupita Nyong'o was cast for 3 minutes total screen time as Helen of Troy, or that people were just going to not go sit through one of the great filmmaking epics of all time because of the idiotic, and it is idiotic, casting of Elliot Page. And I call her Elliot Page because you can legally change her name. You can't legally change your sex. Okay, but if you thought people weren't going to go watch the movie because of your upset over casting decisions, wrong.
So yesterday I watched the Odyssey and I come with the conclusion that sometimes it should be okay to say fuck the internet.